Hello and welcome to another Nomad's Travel Guide. My name is Jamie, Instagram right down below, and this is all about Siargao. And Siargao is one of the most beautiful islands I have ever experienced. In fact, as of this moment, right now, it is the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. And these are the top 10 best things to do in and around Siargao, as I really feel like this island and this place is so deserving of more people to see it. When I went there, I was one of the few tourists there outside of General, the main area that tourists go to see. I stayed in Dapa, which was fantastic, and got to interact with so many locals, had the time of my life, and during my 7 days there, I was taken around every surrounding island that was beautiful, all the local spots, and so many hidden gems and incredible places that I just couldn't believe that I was able to see. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about on this list is actually number 10. The 10th thing that I think you should do. It's at the bottom, but it's pretty obvious. Most people that go to Siargao are there to surf. So if you're like me and you've never surfed a day in your life, this is a perfect opportunity. There's so many places you can go to. The entire island is a surfing paradise. In General, you have Cloud 9, which is where I went. Cloud 9 is a fantastic place for beginners, intermediate, and expert surfers. They have tons of different waves of all different sizes, and sometimes you can pick it up pretty fast. I was able to catch about 100 meters down the beach on my third try. Surfing doesn't have to be as challenging as what some people make it out to be if you just really fully commit to it, and I had a ton of fun. If you're more of an advanced surfer, that's probably the reason you're gonna go to Siargao. It's for the surf, for the waves, and for the good times. And General and Cloud 9 is a really great area to be for that. But the entire island, whether you're in the north, the south, the east, or the west, whatever time of the year you decide to go to Siargao, you're guaranteed some really, really good waves. Number 9, and we're gonna keep this theme in General. Again, like I said, the main tourist area, and that's where most tourists stay, and that's where most tourists hang out. And this one is a food-based one, and it is go get pizza, go have some Italian food at Kermit in General. This place is incredible. It's owned by an Italian man. It's very authentic Italian cuisine, and when you arrive, pretty much every single night they are packed. So when I went there twice. The first time I went, there was an hour-and-a-half wait. So me and my friends just sat there, got a couple drinks, we chatted for a bit, interacted with other tourists there, and then the next time I went, there was a 45-minute wait. And I went around 7 and 8 p.m. So this place, you know it's good when almost every tourist that goes ends up at the same spot, because the pizza is phenomenal, the pasta's great, the shakes, the mango shakes are just great. And it's a really cool spot to hang out. The prices aren't too crazy. Obviously, if you are staying in General, the more hub of tourism in Siargao, you're gonna be paying a little bit more for food than you would where I was in Dapa. But it's up to you. You get the convenience of being close to everything, but it costs a little bit more. So that's just something to keep in mind. Again, Kermit, like Kermit the Frog, GL. Fantastic spot, check it out. Number 8, now I can't actually remember what this area is called or where exactly it is. It was about a 20-minute scooter ride from where I was in Dapa. I call it the Insta Tree because this tree and this little area is exactly what you've probably seen about Siargao on Instagram. Basically, you have this giant coconut palm tree that hangs right over this river, and then you can jump off of it. There's a bunch of local kids that tend to hang out there. I'll just let this drone footage over top speak for itself because the beauty there is so cool. It's a great place to spend an afternoon or a morning. I went there around 7:30 in the morning, which I think is the best time as it's high tide, so you can actually jump off the tree and the water is more than deep enough. The local kids are tons of fun. They'll be happy to see you, show you around. You can try the rope swing. There's so much to do there. It's a great place just to kill a few hours, have a good time, a few laughs, and get some Instagram bangers. Number 7 was one of my favorite things that I did on this trip, but the reason why I have other things ahead of it is just because it is a little bit inconvenient and hard to get to. It's about a 2 to 2.5 hour boat ride, assuming the conditions are fine, and that is the Sohoton Caves and the Sohoton Jellyfish. So basically, you take a 2 to 2.5 hour boat ride from whatever part of Siargao you're in, and you just go. And these caves, you go on this little exploration, you hop into the water, you swim through these caves. There's a couple platforms platforms that you can jump off of into the water, and it's just really, really cool to explore. It's a fun little adventure you can do for a day. If you get a big group, you can get a private boat, relatively cheap. I think for the entire day, each of us only ended up paying like the equivalent of like 22 Canadian dollars, which is really not that much. You do have to make sure that you bring 1, water, and 2, a lunch with you, as it's really hard to get food there. But you can check out the caves, go through them, and then at the end, you can get a second part of the tour, which is what I did and what we did, which was fantastic, and that's you go on a little rowboat, and you go maybe 10 minutes down, and there's this little lagoon, and the waters are emerald green, and within them, there are stingless jellyfish. So there's 2 types. There's the little tiny brown ones, which are probably the ones you've seen on Animal Planet, Discovery Channel, or National Geographic. And there's also the almost clear white ones, and those ones are they're just so beautiful, and you can touch them, you can hold them, you can photograph them. I really recommend, if you're going on this excursion to Sohoton Caves or the jellies, bring a GoPro or a camera with a waterproof housing, or bring a phone that you can have like a little waterproof container over it so that you can actually photograph and get some videos of this excursion, because you're gonna want to share it with your friends. It was such a cool experience, and for me, the jellyfish was certainly the highlight. I'm somebody that loves wildlife and is very passionate about those things, and so seeing those in the wild was really cool. But one thing I will say, don't expect to be surrounded with hundreds and hundreds of these jellies. You might see anywhere from 4 to maybe like a couple dozen. It really depends on your luck. That's how it was when I was there, but it was great nonetheless. Sohoton Caves is something that I really think you should try when you go to Siargao. After Sohoton Caves, the next thing on the list, number 6, is go to Sugba Lagoon. Sugba Lagoon is an incredible place, and basically it's this giant lagoon, and there's a little chill area where you can get drinks, there's an upper patio you can take photos of, and there's a diving board there that's maybe about 12 feet high, no more than 3 or 4 meters, and it's a really fun place to do some diving, some flips. I did a couple backflips off there. I'll put a picture right now and of this flip that's showing up on the screen at this moment. I didn't jump out far enough because the water does slant pretty slowly, not crazy, and it was only about 7 or 8 feet where I landed, and I landed directly on my foot on a rock, and this rock was so blunt that when I hit it so hard, it actually like I was bleeding a good bit, and it's been like 2 weeks and I'm still in a bit of pain from it. So make sure that if you're gonna be doing flips, if you're gonna be diving, jump out. That's just a tip. It's a great spot to get some photos, get some drone footage. It's beautiful. Make sure if you're using that diving board, just think about it a bit and jump out, and you'll be more than fine. It does get pretty steep pretty fast. I just didn't jump far enough. I was pretty stupid. But yeah, Sugba Lagoon is a fantastic spot to spend an afternoon for a few hours. Really cool spot to chill. So 100% recommend it. That's why it's number 6. Number 5. This is another activity you can do on an island hopping tour, and was one of my favorite spots I've not only seen in Siargao or in the Philippines or in Asia, but in the world. This place was fantastic. It's beautiful, and this is Naked Island. Naked Island is called Naked Island not because it's nude. It's not a nude beach or a nude island, but there's 1 tree or maybe 2 that are little coconut trees that are less than a meter tall. They're like 2 feet, 3 feet, and it's basically this giant beach that is completely open. It's white sand, it's beautiful, and the waters are as blue as you will find in the entire world. It's a fantastic place to be, and I highly recommend, if you can find an island tour, go to Naked Island. It's one of the coolest spots for a relaxing afternoon. A lot of these places are just great for relaxing afternoons. That's what Siargao is all about. Hit up the beaches. And Naked Island, I think, is one of those spots that you should not skip. Number 4, and now we're getting a little bit closer to the top 3 on this list. And this is something that I think is the most rewarding thing, at least in here, for me, was hanging out with local people. Whether that was the kids I was hanging out with as I was island hopping that were so fascinated to see me as a foreigner. There's not too many of us that roll through where they live, or just hanging out with the local people in Dapa where I was staying, having dinner with them, having lunch. The Filipino local people are the nicest and friendliest folks I've met on all of my travels anywhere in the world. I could not have been treated better. I could not have been more welcomed. And what's really, really interesting and cool about them, especially in Siargao, is that all of these people from a very young age learn English. Not only do they learn it, but they learn it exceptionally well. So I was able to have full conversations without any language barrier. I was able to converse with these people just like I would with friends and family back home, and they treat you as if you are a friend and as you are family. And that was the most welcoming thing and warm thing I've felt on all of my trips so far. Siargao people, the Filipino people were so kind and warm, and the kids and the children there are just so welcoming to play and to hang out. And if you are open to them, they will give you so much in return. And I can't recommend this enough. The people there are fantastic, and if there's any one reason why you should visit the Philippines or Siargao that people don't touch upon, it's this. It's the people that you meet there are so special. They're truly otherworldly, and that was an incredible highlight for me that I was not anticipating, and I'm so thankful for that. Alright, so now we are in the top 3, and the third best thing that I can recommend is go to Pacifico Beach in the north. And Pacifico Beach is one of the most beautiful white sand beaches I've ever seen in my entire life. When you arrive there, you're completely open to some extraordinarily blue waters. If you're a surfer, like I mentioned before, there's some great waves there. It is a little further to get to Pacifico than if you're in General Luna, if you're in Dapa, or if you're in other parts of Siargao. It's not close. It's maybe an hour to an hour and a half scooter ride. But if you make the trip, you will not be disappointed. It is one of the most beautiful locations I've seen in the entire planet. And I've been fortunate enough that right now in Bali, in Indonesia, where I'm staying at the moment, this is my 25th country, and Pacifico Beach I'm putting up as right at the top of almost anything I've ever done. So yes, please go there, even if you're not a surfer. Go hang out on the beach, have a pina colada, relax, chill, hang out. And then this is another location where I was lucky enough to meet some local Filipino kids and hang out with them, and they're so welcoming. Locals were offering me beers, but I didn't accept because I had to drive, and it was just like the best experience ever. Pacifico Beach is incredible, and I really loved it there. Alright, and number 2, we're one step closer to the number 1 spot on this whole list. And number 2 is something that you're probably going to do a little bit of anyways, but you have to really try and immerse yourself in this. Is don't be afraid to hop on a scooter, rent it out for the entire week, and spend at least 1 or 2 days just going whatever direction you choose and explore Siargao. Find the hidden spots. Go take a left where you think it would be interesting. Go straight, keep going down those roads. Explore as much of the island as possible on a scooter, because 1, it is so freeing and liberating to be on these vehicles, and it's fun. 2, you cover so much ground so fast, and it's just the easiest and simplest way to see things. And 3, Siargao is so incredibly beautiful that whatever direction you choose to go in, you will never be disappointed. This entire island is remarkable. It is truly the most beautiful place I've seen in my life, and if you can explore as much geography as you can during your stay, you will have the best time possible. Photograph everything, take pictures, share it with your friends, because Siargao is such a treat that I feel like more people should know about. Across from the people to the landscapes, the coconut trees, the surfing, and the whole lifestyle there. I can't express this enough. Hop on that scooter, go whatever direction you want to go in, and just go where the road takes you, because it is impossible, and I repeat, impossible, to be disappointed by any direction Siargao brings you in. And the last thing, the number 1 thing that I'm putting on this entire list, and this one for me, it's not even close. This is a number 1 that is so far ahead of everything else on this list that if you have one activity to do, screw all the other ones and do this, because it is phenomenal, and that is visit CORREGIDOR Island. CORREGIDOR Island is about a 20 to 30 minute boat ride from where I was staying in Dapa, and we went there. I didn't have much of an expectation, and maybe that's why I enjoyed it so much. And when you go there, you end up on this beach that is just as beautiful as Pacifico. And then I was told that we were going on a little hike, which took maybe about 20 to 30 minutes, and we went up through the jungle, and after a while we ended up in this beautiful grassy plains hill, and it was the most incredible sight I have ever seen in my life. For just kilometers in every direction you look, and you see these grassy plains just blowing in the breezing wind, and I was able to fly my drone and get some incredible shots. I was truly just speechless. This was incredible. But the thing about CORREGIDOR Island is that it doesn't just end there with the views. When you're on the beach, when we headed back from the hills, we got back to the beach, and that's where the fish sanctuary is. And what that is basically about 30 meters away from the main beach where you park the boat. There is so many coral reefs and so many fish that you can swim with of all different types. You have angelfish, you have moray eels. I saw a moray eel for the first time ever. it's just incredible. I got a bit of underwater footage that doesn't quite do it justice, but you can snorkel there. It's not very deep, and it's really, really incredible. So there's so much to do on this island. You can relax on the beach. You get the most incredible hillside views you'll ever see, and you can also swim deep in the reefs with incredible animals and fish and see so many vibrant colors that really come to life and just make you feel what Siargao is all about. Just insane natural beauty, not just within the landscapes, but within the people as well, and it meshes so well. So that brings me to the end of this list, and I thank you for watching this. If you've never heard of Siargao, I really encourage you to do more research, look into it. If maybe you have heard about it and you clicked on this video because you wanted to know more, thank you for watching this, because I can't express enough how in love I am with the island and with its people. And maybe if you've been there before, share your stories. Is there anything I missed? Is there anything that you love to do or you really agree with? Is there anything on this list you didn't do and didn't know about? Let me know. But until next time, thank you again for watching this. I can't express again, like I keep saying, how insanely and madly and deeply in love I am with Siargao. I will be going back 100%. If I could have stayed longer, I would have. Thank you so much, and if you like this, give it a thumbs up. My name is Jamie from Nomads, and peace and goodbye.